Alright, hello there. I am Papa1, and the 5 games you see right here are K-1 Kickboxing games that I'm going to be doing computer versus computer simulations with. And basically, we got a 15-man tournament, a 16-man tournament, two 20-man tournaments, and finally a 40-man tournament. Okay? The 20-man tournaments and the 40-man tournaments are tournament cups. So they're a little bit different because it's not going to go from 16 man to 8 man and stuff like that, or 15 man to 8 man with the rounds and stuff like that. Or we're not going from 40 man to then we ain't going to have a round of 40, then a round of 20 and stuff like that. Or we ain't going to have a round of 20, then a round of 10. Nothing like that is going to be going on. So I'm going to show you what's going to be happening with them. I'm not going to really explain it because I'll explain it further when we get to set game and I'm recording it for the actual tournaments and stuff. So, this is the 15-man tournament cup. The only reason I'm calling this a tournament cup because every single round is different, including the semifinals, the third place, and the finals match. So that's what we got set up. And then right here is the tournament or whatever like that. So I just gave one character a first round bye, and that's Ernesto Hoost. And that's why he got the first round bye or whatever. You know. So anyway, we can move right on to the next one. Next one is this game right here. Fire Illusion K-1 GP 2000. And that's just basically going to be a 16-man Grand Prix tournament and, random selection. So basically, there's a game mode on here called Grand Prix, and basically, I'm just going to select that. And there's only 16 characters on the game, and I'm just going to press start, and then it's going to randomly put all the characters into wherever matches they want for the bracket, and then we just, to start the tournament. That's all you really got to do with this game. So this is the easiest setup. The other ones, I gotta, keep track of who won and stuff like that. This one, we can just let the game do what it's supposed to do. Next, we have K-1 World Grand Prix 2001, and I call it, what's it called? Oh, Kaimakuba. Kaimakuba. That's not the right pronunciation of this word right here, this K word right here, but that's just why I call it. So this is a 20-man tournament cup, and we got a round of 20, and then we have the final 5. The round of 20 is 5 4-man tournaments, and the final 5 is a 5-man league, or whatever like that. And then we can just scroll down here and stuff like that. This game actually only has 19 characters, so that's why you see player 0. Yeah, that's just a default character I created where I just gave him the bare bones of like moves for the character or whatever like that. And, he just basically cannon fodder for there'll be 20 characters instead of just, 19 characters or whatever like that. So that's what's going on with that. Next up, we got K-1 World Grand Prix for the PS2. And with this is another 20-man tournament cup. We got the round of 20. But instead of being 4 or 5-man tournaments, we got 4 or 5-man leagues. So we got leagues. And basically the way this works is all the winners advance to the final 7. And then the people who came in second and third place, they will be going into a last chance one night 8-man tournament. So there's a game on here that's called One Night 8-Man Tournament, and basically it's like how they really used to do the K-1 kickboxing tournaments, where sometimes you'll fight in one night 3 times and stuff like that. So basically, think about it. Whatever damage you took in the round of 8, you're taking that to the semifinals, and you somehow survive the semifinal fight or win that one, then you're going on to the finals and stuff like that. So, in the first place, the second place of that will then advance on to the final 7. So whoever wins their league, they automatically go into the final 7, and then the final 2 who make it to the winner and the runner up of the one night tournament will be making it to the final 7 as well, which will be a 7-man league. And now we come to Fighting Illusion v K-1 Grand Prix 99. And this is a 40-man tournament cup. So this is going to take a wow, because we have 40 people. So we got the round of 40, which is 5 8-man tournaments. Yes, 5 8-man tournaments. With 60-second rounds is 3 rounds and 3 knockdowns. Yeah, so the KOS, or whatever, that's supposed to stand for downs. But I put the instead of writing the word downs, where I could have enough space, I just put KOS because knockdowns. I could just put KDs, but I just put knockdowns or KOs and stuff like that instead of putting knockdowns or whatever. So yeah, that's what's going on with that. The winners of that advance. So if you win the 8-man tournament, you automatically going straight to the final 7. But second place, they at least qualify for the last chance 8-man tournament. But third places, which is just people who, you won the round of 8 match, but you lost your semifinal match. Those 10 people will be entered into the 10-man league, and that's gonna be 45 matches altogether because everybody gonna face each other at least once. So that's gonna be 45 matches, and those are 30-second rounds with 3 rounds, and 3 knockdowns in a single round to end up winning, and that is gonna be for the top 3 advance to the what's the name to the last chance qualifier tournament. Last chance qualifier tournament is 8-man tournament, you know. And just first and second place will be advances to the final 7. And that's 90 seconds per round with 5 rounds and 3 knockdowns needed. And then the final 7 is basically a 7-man league, and that's 180 seconds per round with 5 rounds. And, knockdowns are free or whatever like that. So, yeah, these are going to be some interesting tournaments. Well, this is definitely the most interesting one because it's going to take the longest. It's probably going to be over 25 videos, probably. You know? And yeah, that's actual going to be 3 minutes of gameplay time. Not no, like it's really 2 minutes. No, it's going to be actually 3 minutes of gameplay time. Yeah, and these are everybody who participated and stuff like that in these 5 tournaments. Yep. That's everything you need to know. Only other stuff I have to really say about this is I had to put every character on there by hand and stuff like that. Where the heck? So these are all the characters right here. I had put them all on this game myself. You know, basically what you do is you get a name and you do like that and you copy it, and then you copy the code. After you put this on there, then you're gonna recopy the code and then put the code where the code supposed to go and stuff like that. Another thing is going out of this. Let me go back. For the PlayStation 1, you want to get this emulator right here. You want to put in Spiral the Dragon emulator and guide. You gonna have to put in Spiral the Dragon emulator guide APK download. I suggest using the APK pure one because that's what I use for the majority of the emulators I download and stuff like that. And you'll get the emulator I use, which is the Spiral the Dragon one. I'm gonna let it pop up real quick where you can see why I like this emulator so much. Because if you got the correct cheat codes, they actually work. And that's the reason why I have 40 characters on this particular game. See, there's actually 40 characters on this game. 15 of them was already on the game, and only Nestor Hoofst, he's the only one who ain't got a cheat code. But it's 40 characters altogether on the game because 39 of them have cheat codes. So there's 15 of them that's already on the game, but they still got their own cheat codes. And then there's an extra 24 characters that have. For you won't have to play the game to unlock everybody. Because like all these other games, you gotta play them to unlock all the characters and stuff like that. So that's one of the main reasons I'm gonna probably mess around and keep this game because I get to unlock all of them by just putting in a simple code. And yeah, it took a long time to put these codes and stuff on there, but that ain't matter to me. Oh, what the heck? Let me edit. Yeah, so there it goes. It's changed or whatever like that. I didn't know I accidentally put that on there for him. But yeah, that's how you basically go about doing it and stuff like that. You put their name and stuff right there, and you put the code in wherever. Yeah, but yeah, all 39 of them are on here. And they own their own game, and that's the actual game roster or whatever like that. And also, I to find the PS2 one, you can try the eight. You can try the A Ether SX2, but I don't know which one of these are actually good to use or whatever like that. This is supposed to be based off of the original, the Nether SX2, but I'm not sure. I don't know because I ain't never tried to download it. I don't care to download it because I'm not sure if that's gonna mess up the one I already got. So I ain't never tried to download it. And you can also take your chances with that, and also with this right here. Let me pull it up real quick. This right here. This is a website called Aether SX2 apk.com, and it supposedly has a version of the game where the last update for this was wait, why is not letting me let me click on it before I can get off the screen real quick. Last update for this was 5 days ago. See here, it lets you know when it was updated. And you just simply press it right here. And this website is especially for, APK for the Android device. So you can definitely download these through the Android device and stuff like that. Yeah. But I'm not sure if you should use those versions of it or not because I just don't know. You know, I just don't know. I know that you should definitely download this for the at least for the spiral one. But as far as for the you know for the a ether, I don't know if you can find the version of it that I have or whatever like that, or old model version of it. So yeah, that's all I got to say about the emulators part of all this stuff. But anyway, yeah, the Spiral the Dragon one is the one I use, and these are the 5 games. There's other games to talk about, but I'll worry about talk about that when it's time to talk about them and stuff like that. But yeah, these are the five, K1 kickboxing games I'm doing computer versus computer for. Like I said before, I've done the other games for K1 kickboxing games in the past with the computer versus computer with Arena Fighters and K1 Revenge or whatever. This is K1 Revenge. Um, you know, K1 Revenge Final Illusion. So it's a different game or whatever like that. But World Grand Prix for the PS2 and Final Illusion V K1 Grand Prix 99. Those are probably the ones I'm gonna end up keeping even after we get done with these. No, 15 man, 16 man, 20 man, and 40 man tournaments and stuff like that. But this is the order in which I'm going to be doing the tournaments for these games. So until next one later, I hope you enjoyed me explaining everything. Later.